Thank you, Matt. You know what it means to pay it forward? It's sort of like karma. Good deeds beget other good deeds, and that's what's happening tonight. Patients we've helped want to give back. We have a number of former patients helping us tonight. I'd like you to meet this evening's official event photographer and Cardiac Foundation beneficiary and hear his story. Please welcome Chris Savas. Chris.
I don't believe I could thank him enough. 2 years ago, May of 2006, I was shooting a job in Las Vegas. I'd been sick for a couple months, and trying to figure out what's wrong with the doctor. They didn't know what was going on. I was shooting this job, and I knew this day was a little different. I went back to my room to get ready to finish shooting the Gala event of this event that I was shooting. When I walked in, everything started to spin, and I collapsed on the floor. I reached into my pocket. I knew that this isn't going to be a good thing, and I grabbed my cell phone and I called a friend of mine. I said, "You have to come down to the hotel and finish shooting this event for me." I didn't tell him what was wrong because I figured what happens in Vegas, Everything was in slow motion. I went to bed. I got up in the morning. I packed up all my stuff, and I flew back home to Atlanta. I didn't have insurance, and I couldn't afford insurance, so I didn't know what to do, so I went to the emergency room. They checked me out. He told me, "Come back the next morning," that he wanted me to see another doctor. I went. This doctor was an infectious disease doctor, and he said, "Chris, you have a strep infection. The strep infection is so bad that it affected your heart, it went to your heart, and it destroyed your mitral valve." This is a very difficult thing, but he says, normally I would send you home to die, but he says that what I'm going to do is we're going to give you a lot of antibiotics, see if we can get it under control, and then we're going to do open heart surgery. I said, "What does that mean?" He said, "We're going to cut you open, we're going to cut your bad valve off, we're going to put a metal valve on, and we're going to put you on Coumadin for the rest of your life." This is very disturbing, because that meant that's the end of my career. I can't do what I do with this procedure and being on Coumadin. So I got to tell you, being told I was going to die didn't bother me as much as being told I was going to have to find a new career, a new way to make money and pay my bills for my family. And how am I going to pay for this $250,000 operation I was getting ready to have? I went to my priest, Father Paul, and I told him about this situation, and he said there was this doctor from St. Joe's Hospital in Atlanta that came and said, "If you ever know anybody that needs a heart procedure, we're working with this foundation that can help people like you." He called Dr. Nick Coronis at St. Joe's. Nick came over and saw me. He gave me a little exam, looked at what was going on, and he went back to St. Joe's and went to work. He got Dr. Douglas Murphy signed up, who is a fantastic heart surgeon. He got the hospital signed up, and then he picked up the phone, to call the Larry King Cardiac Foundation. I'm here to tell you that if the foundation hadn't said yes, I don't know what I would have done. I do know that I would have had this other operation with a sternotomy, a fake valve. Because they said yes, they put me into St. Joe's Hospital. St. Joe's is one of the few hospitals that have the Da Vinci robot. They were able to go through my side, 4 little holes, not replace my valve, but repair my valve. I have a brand new heart, brand new valve, no medicine, no medication whatsoever. I'm actually healthier than when I was born. I'm here to tell you that miracles do happen. In 2 weeks, I'm going to watch my son graduate from high school. I watched an interview that Larry did with General Colin Powell, and he summed it up for me. He said, "The best was yet to come." And I believe with the Larry King Foundation, the best is yet to come. I want to thank all of you for supporting this cause. For what you do matters. From the bottom of my newly repaired heart, I want to say thank you to you all.
Thanks, Chris, and thanks for those great photos tonight. This year, we're